Good evening and welcome to another episode of Unscripted. Yeah, we unscripted on Notoriously Opinionated. It's your man of many names and monikers. Tonight, I'm going to let you know what to refer to me as because it might shift and it might change throughout the course of this show. But, so I can't really give it to you right now. I don't have it because it's going to morph. It's gonna morph. It's gonna rotate. So yeah, this is unscripted. It's not unfiltered. It is unfiltered, but it's not unfiltered. It's all notoriously opinionated. It's like the tree is notoriously opinionated. Unscripted is when I come. I do not have a script. I do not have anything that I'm going off of. There's no paper. There's no. This is off the top of the head. It's freestyle. That's what this is. This is freestyle. It's a freestyle podcast, right? And so that's why it's unscripted. But it's unscripted, but it's formatted. If that makes any sense. It'll make sense in a second. So when unscripted is on, it is based on the 9 areas of human activity. I will get into that in a moment. Those of you who are longtime watchers of Notoriously Opinionated, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tapping in. Those of you who are tapping in for the first time, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you. Subscribe to Notoriously Opinionated on YouTube. All right. So unscripted is a little different than unfiltered. Unfiltered, I actually do a little research. I actually do think about all my topics and what I'm going to talk about on unfiltered. But mainly, unfiltered is about relationships. But unfiltered is about all kinds of relationships. It's about the relationship that you may have with yourself, the relationship that you may have with a significant other, the relationship that you have with your family, your friends, the relationship that you have with the creator, right? So that's unfiltered, right? And it's my unfiltered position and my unfiltered thoughts about those different relationships. Unscripted is just me pushing the button and just go. Boop, go. So that's unscripted. That's what tonight is. Honestly, because I got a lot on my head, it's a lot of things that's rattling around in here. I really want to have some fun, and talking about relationships to me right now ain't gonna be no fun. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. I could care less about talking about relationships. I appreciate though. I do appreciate. I'm gonna get back to it because it's been a plethora of people that have shown love and appreciation for the suggestions and comments and things that I have about relationships, my intake, my insight on relationships, my opinion, albeit notorious about certain topics. But shout out to the late great David Arnold, man. He said that he had a whole comedy show and he named it Ain't for the Weak. That's how I feel about the topic of relationships. That's also right now how I feel about life. It ain't for the weak. So we're gonna get into the 9 areas of human activity on Unscripted tonight on Notoriously Opinionated. Let's go. I be bumping that. So that's my long intro. I got a short intro, a shorter intro that is for Unfiltered. That's my long intro. And in case any of y'all is wondering, yes, I did that. That wasn't nothing that I found on whatever the hell. Your boy put that together. You know what I'm saying? Like I put all my intros, all my everything together myself. Hold on, pause. The early one, the one with the circle, and the one that I had been using before I went to the one for unscripted and unfiltered, that I did not do. That was pre-programmed into the system. But the one you just saw and the one for unfiltered, yeah, that's all me. That's all my editing. But again, shout out to David Arnold, man. The late great David Arnold. Unfortunately, that brother only came out with two Netflix specials, but my man was hilarious. I'm trying to tell you, my man was hilarious. So if I relate this to a subject, this is entertainment. Man, when I'm having a bad day and I just need to laugh about something, I can turn on David Arnold, I can turn on Dave Chappelle and be cool, be super straight. You know what I'm saying? Even some of Kev Hart's old stuff, you know. It's really only one of Kevin Hart's ones that is just hilarious. And that was one that was like where he's talking about his partners. Your bullshit is my bullshit. And my bullshit is your bullshit. That one. Help me. That one. All right. But also, it's like when I'm not having a really good day, when people tend to not have a really good day, and this has been going on for forever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say forever, but at least my lifetime, right? So it's like, everybody always want to blame things on Murphy's Law. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever things are not going right in your life, it's like, oh, it's Murphy's Law. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Man, fuck Murphy. You dig? And so I took Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law of everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Right? Let's rock with that. Everything that can't... Hold up. I ain't got no designation up here. Y'all don't know who you dealing with. What is going on? Let's rock with Scrap. So let's just say we rocking with Murphy's Law. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. All right, now you add Murphy's Law with Newton's third law of motion, right? Newton's third law of motion, for those of you who are not familiar with the actual name of this, is for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So you hear that all the time. For every action there's an equal opposite reaction. Yeah, that came from Sir Isaac Newton, right? And this is third law of motion. It's a whole physics thing. So if you're not into physics, if you do not understand physics, just rock with, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. But if you take everything that can go wrong will go wrong and you add it to Newton's third law, you get everything that can go right will go right. And I like that a whole lot better, right? So it's like everything that can go right will go right, and fuck Murphy, right? So that's where I'm at. That's my stance. That's my notorious opinion. You can take it or leave it, right? But that's what I'm rocking with. Everything that can go right will go right. That's not even to say that everything that can go wrong will go wrong, because it can. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. I agree with that. But it's just depressing as hell to actually, like everything that can go wrong. Who want to think about that? Who want to think about everything that can go wrong will go wrong? Come on, man. But everything that can go right will go right. So let's rock with that. All right. So here are the 9 areas of human activity. I'm gonna push a button and it's gonna come on your screen. Psych, it's not. So the I told you I just want to laugh right now. I just want to have fun and get my mind off of life. Like, I'm tired of lifing. I'm tired of adulting right now. Like, I I need a break. You know, I need a break. So yeah. So we're gonna go into the 9 areas of human activity. I spaced out on a thought. I got nostalgic for a second in my head, and I had to snap back. I had to. Hey, get out of like 2008. Get out of there. Get out of 2009. Get out of there. Come back. We in 2024, and so I had to come back because everything that can go right will go right. Demonian theory, demonian law, right? So the 9 areas of human activity. Let's get into that. The 9 areas of human activity are this. Let's try to do it in alphabetical order, or as alphabetical as I could think right now. Economics will probably be the first one. Economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. All right. Break down those real quick. Because they don't just mean the little object thingy that's in your face. So you think about economics, and the first thing that might pop into your mind is money. The economy, money. Economics, economy, money. And that would be correct. That's just not the totality of the word. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do, like, so I may believe in doing things economically, right? It don't mean cheap. It means that I don't believe in wasting time. You know what I'm saying? Like, my time is the most valuable thing that I have. Like, I don't have anything in life more valuable than time, because time is the only currency that you can give that you don't get back. So, like, as much of a gangster as I've been in my past, you could call me all kind of, I'd rather you call me all kind of names than waste my time, because I can get back. I can get back you stealing from me. I can get back all of that. I can't get back wasted time. I can't get that back. That is irretrievable. You can't get that back. So you can waste my money. I get some more of that. Just don't waste my time. Don't waste my time. All right. So that's kind of economy. It does mean money, but it can also mean to do things economically, which means to do things in an economic fashion to where you're not wasting time. Education. I could stay on this one the rest of the podcast. Let's keep it a buck. Like, I could stay on education for the duration of this podcast. Like, I've been saying to kids for years now that if I ever get enough money, I would open up my own school. Do you know, like, and I'm hard on kids, but they also know that I love them, right? And as hard on them as I am one of those adults that believes in explaining what's going on. I did not uh, agree with the previous generation and the whole I don't have to explain myself to you because you're a child. You are absolutely correct. You do not have to. However, if you want me to understand, you should. If you want me to understand why you're doing what you're doing, why what's happening to me is happening, if you want me to understand that, you might want to explain it to me, because if you leave me to my own devices, I'm going to get there. It's just going to take me a whole lot longer than if you explained it to me from the beginning, right? So I'm not one of those. I'm one of these. Hey, this is what it is. This is how it is. This is why it is. You know, I might just give a child the what at the beginning. And then if they ask me the why, I don't have to explain myself to you. You're a child. No, I don't have to explain myself to you, but I should. And I am. And this is what it is. And this is why. Because I need you to understand. Because if you don't understand, you're going to do something jackball stupid. That's why. I'm going to explain it to you. So you don't do jackball stupid stuff. So I'm going to explain it. And so I say that to say this. Like, all these kids that I'm hard on with love, be like, I would love to go to your school. Because I know you're gonna be hard on us, but we know you love us and we gonna have fun too. All three of those things is right. I'm gonna be hard on you, we gonna have fun, and you know I love you. You know, so period, point blank. Next on the agenda. Economics, education, entertainment. David Arnold. Dave Chappelle. I had somebody listen. So when it comes to Dave Chappelle's an acquired taste. Many call him the GOAT. I dig Dave Chappelle. I fuck with Dave, right? All day, all night. Dude's the only dude who can get away with some of the jokes that he gets away with. I'm not saying that I even like all of his jokes, because it's like I believe that it ain't that I don't like him, but it's like all of his jokes ain't jokes I don't believe. I believe that some of Dave Chappelle's jokes is just seeing how far he can press the line to see if you laugh at it. You know what I'm saying? To get you to laugh at something that you would not normally laugh at, you know? And a lot of his jokes where it's not really even a completed joke. It's just to see what your reaction is going to be. It's like he'll say something just off the wall outlandish and be like, you know, he's just trying to get your reaction. He's trying to see what you think about it. He's trying to see if you'll laugh at anything. And you do. Entertainment. I seen something on Instagram today, and it said, what is on social media right now that you could care less about? My answer, most of it. Most of it. Like, that shit's ridiculous to me. It's so much idiocy that's going on. Speaking of idiocy, tap into the comments if you have ever seen the movie Idiocracy. If you have ever seen the movie Idiocracy or know what I'm talking about, tap into the comments and let me know. And tell me this bullshit that's going on right now in United States politics in the presidential election is not freaking seen out of Idiocracy. You got wrestlers that's coming and speaking up for the president of the United States. You got twit-widiots. You got a twit-widiot on one side that's running for president, and somebody who don't even know. That's politics too. and unfortunately, politics and entertainment have somehow found a way to mesh. I don't know why or how, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point to where after Barack Obama's second term, this was the proposed Democratic ticket. It really wasn't clear as to who was going to run for president and who was going to get tapped for VP, but it went something like this. Tom Hanks and The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, was talking about teaming up and running for president. Well, not run for president, but run for president, but being on the same ticket. Tom Hanks and The Rock. So it really did turn into, for that moment, a whole popularity contest, because The Rock, super popular. He gonna bring in everybody. You know what I'm saying? Tom Hanks, super popular. He's gonna snatch some Republicans, bring them over to the Democratic side. Super popular. But it would have all been fluff. It would have all been a show, smoke and mirrors, 20th Century Fox, MGM. It would have been that, and ultimately you blend a little American Idol. You dig? Like, that's what the presidential election has become. It's like American Idol on crack, with people debating with no talent. So you got economics, you got education, you got entertainment, then you got labor, right? First thing people think when they think labor, they think workforce. Like, going out to the workforce, getting a job, and that is labor, but there's other kinds of labor. There's other ways to look at labor. There's other ways to look at things that work. Like, how about all of your internal systems? Your all of the systems inside of your body is going through labor. You dig? There's things that are working independently without your consent, but your heart is beating. You know what I'm saying? Your liver work, your central nervous system is functioning properly, and it's all doing that without your consent, and a lot of times without your knowledge. You ain't even thinking about it. You ain't thinking about your nervous system when you doing stuff. You don't think about your nervous system. So but that don't stop it from working, right? So that also is labor. But the lesser thought about labor, pregnancy, a woman going into labor to bring a child into this world, right? A lot of people don't think about that labor. They think about, I work hard for the money. And a lot of us do. A lot of us work hard for the money. And we work entirely too hard for the money that we being paid. I know I need a raise. Damn need. I know I deserve a raise. Damn need. I know I deserve a raise. Right. But so that's labor. I really don't. I mean, so but even getting into the work labor, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are so many people working so hard for so little? Why is there people across the globe that work twice as hard as people over here and make 4 times as less? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's boggling when you think about it. It's boggling when you think about how there are, and I guess this goes back to the base topic of economics, or the first thought of economics, going into how is it possible? And I just think about this all the time. How is it possible that there is poor people in the world? How is it possible that there are starving people in this world? Right? How is that possible that people are starving? Now, I will be able to understand how people are starving like 100 or so some odd years from now, which is why y'all better not never let me get some Thanos gauntlet of power. I'm snapping half of you motherfuckers away. You know, and it's because I'm one of those dudes that be rocking with the villain. Like I be understanding the villain side. I be understanding the villain psychology because they in movies. If you think about it, not if you pay attention, if you really pay attention to movies, right? Pay attention to that part of the movie when I'm talking about villain, I'm talking about villain in like superhero movies. I'm not talking about like the villain in a movie where some dude is beating on some girl. Beat this. Anyway, I'm talking about like superhero movies. Listen to the part when the villain talks about why he's a villain. Listen to the part where he discloses what turned him into a villain, what his mentality was when it happened, right? Pay attention to that part. Because there's villains like Thanos that are only villains because he's going against the so-called superheroes or the so-called heroes, right? But listen to what he said. This universe is finite. This world we live in is finite. Its resources are finite. And if we are going to elongate the existence of the people on this planet, then we can't have so many people consuming. If it was anybody other than Thanos that said that, you would agree with that. But because it came out of Thanos' mouth, oh, he's bad, so it's wrong, and you rock against him. Why? Because he's labeled a villain? Man, damn that. I rock Thanos. Snap. Don't let me get a gauntlet. If preserving my peace makes me the villain, then bitch, my name is Thanos. Oh, I seen that on Instagram. Anyway, let me see. Economics, education, entertainment, labor, law. All right. So law is another one. It is one of those that it's like there's the law that everybody thinks about. There is the law that says if the police pull you over without reading you your rights, you can get them because that's a violation of your Miranda rights. You know, there is constitutional laws. There's all these different kinds of laws, right? I know about these because of that. Like that right there. That one. Certified paralegal. So I've been certified paralegal for like, hold up. This is 2000 and I've been a certified paralegal for 9 years. Yeah. So I graduated in 2015. So yeah, I've been a certified paralegal for 9 years. But that's not the only law. Like this is law too. That's law. Gravity. Newton. Again. Newton just keeps making his way into my podcast. I don't know how he did it. But dude been with Dad for a while. But he just keeps making his way into my podcast. Anyway, law. Gravity is a thing. So there's more than one way to look at all these different areas of human activity. You can look at law as the law that's practiced in municipal, criminal, civil courts. You can look at law as the different laws of the universe. What goes up must come down. Law of gravity, the laws of attraction, just different laws, right? The difference between the two, you can break one, you can't break the other. I mean, like if you wanted to, you could break the law. You have a choice. You shouldn't, but you can. You know, that's why I'm a very big proponent of not telling people what they can't do. Yes, you can. You may not should, but you absolutely can. It's like, man, you can't shoot at people. Yeah, you can. You might not should, but yeah, you can. Man, you can't slap your boss. No, you can. You might not should, but you can. Man, you can't jump up in the air and suspend yourself in the middle of the air. Nope, sure can't. That's one of them laws you can't break. Like, unless your name is Bugs Bunny, you are not just about to jump up in the air and suspend yourself and just freeze. But even in the cartoons, they fail eventually. Like, it's like even gravity penetrated the bounds of cartoons. They fail eventually. They just stood up there for a second. So that's law. Politics number 6. Boy, like I said, like we can blend politics with entertainment, so it's politainment or intertics. Yeah, I like politainment. So in politainment news today, so true story. The whole I haven't even had really a chance to deep dive into this whole Joe Biden stepping down, Kamala Harris taking over. I haven't really even taken a deep dive into that yet. I plan to the moment I get a second to breathe. Right. I'm a deep dive into that and just see what they said. You know, not see what the truth is, not see what the facts are. I just want to see what they said as to why Biden stepped down. Now, having seen nothing, having researched nothing, I'm thinking that he realized that he was not going to make it for another term. He wasn't going to make it 4 more years. Not as president. My man, look, let Paw go to sleep. Let Paw take a nap. Let Paw retire. You know what I'm saying? Just let him ride off into the sunset. You know, I mean, he shouldn't ride off to the sunset. He gonna break his hip if he try to climb on that horse. But just let him go. You know, let him go with God. Let's keep it real. Joe, hey man, Paw old. He ain't got no business in this election. Neither does Orange Wonder. But I mean, he just at least seems to be like, if I had to go with if a fitness test, and I don't mean fit to be president, I mean like physical fitness. If we were just looking at these two candidates' physical fitness, I actually believe Trump is more physically fit than Paw. You know, like Paw Joe needs to go sit in somebody's rocking chair somewhere right now. Apparently that's what he did. Now, at this time, I'm not going to express my opinions about Kamala. Right. Save one. I will say this. I forgot she was even in politics. Like, I ain't seen her in a minute. Like, in these last 4 years, I mean, like, she's made cameos. I don't know, what has she done? Like, honestly, like, what? What is her stance on stuff? Like, where is she? Where has she been until Paw decided he was gonna step down? Where is she? I don't know. It's like she been hiding. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's just that I don't care. Let's just keep it real. I really just don't care about politics anymore. Like, and the thing is, I will watch all of the debates, Republican, Democrat. I will watch all the debates when they banging against each other, and then when it comes down and the two fangs of the snake is banging against each other. Hey, I'll watch all that. It's entertaining to me, because I like catching the stuff that I know that a lot of other people don't, and I reference this one all the time. When Barack was debating, man, what's that dude's name, man? He caught flack. He caught major flack for this when he said that people are not people, they're corporations. Now, when somebody says something that you understand, but that not a lot of people understand other than you, it's kind of crazy, because when he said it, I was like, oh, did y'all hear that? He just admitted that we're not people, that we're corporations. He literally said it on national TV. And I'm like, sheeple. Just man alone. You know what I'm saying? Didn't understand nothing. You know what I'm saying? You all you heard, I am a person. I am a real person, and that's why I'm not going to vote for you, because you don't see me as a person. No, idiot. He's telling you the truth. You're not a person. Well, you are a person, but you're also a corporation. You're a person, but you're a corporation at the same time. He's telling you the truth. It was absolute facts what he said. I don't think he really meant to say that, but a lot of people can have the truth be laid out in front of them, right? They can walk, not see the truth, because it'll be cloaked in truth. They can trip over it, like, ugh, and look back and see that it was the truth, and get up, dust themselves off, and keep it pushing like nothing ever happened. Oh my goodness, really? But you don't know that it's the truth. Like, you don't really understand that the truth was just spoken to you, and then you just get up and walk away from it. Go. But that's what happened, So I watch all that because it is. But my notorious opinion, Democrat, Republican, two fangs of the same snake. I could give a damn less. Like, one was more racist back in the day and the other one wasn't, and then they switched. They was like, okay, we had our run of being racist. Now we want black people to vote for us. So tag, you're it. You can be racist now. Okay, we've been waiting on our turn to be racist. So that's kind of how I've looked at politics. And when it comes to the presidential election, I really 9 times out of 10 could care less, because the only thing that the president does that I really could care about that would possibly affect me is appointing who you're going to appoint to the Supreme Court. That's it. Other than that, I could care less. And Biden did some weirdo stuff when he first ran and was talking about he was gonna bump the Supreme Court up to like 12. I was waiting on that. I was actually excited about that. I'm like, you gonna bump it up to 12? Let's get it. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go, because then you'll have more. But see, here's the thing, and this is just my personal notorious opinion. You can take it or leave it, but like I'm not a Democrat. Because I'm black don't mean I'm a Democrat. I could care less about the Democrats. I'm not a Republican. Could y'all could take a long trip off a short bridge too. You dig? A short, hard one, you know. But I could care less about either party. Like, I'm for real the epitome of an independent, because there's points of view that I have that are very liberal, and then there's points of view that I have that are very conservative, you know. And neither party interests me at all. Could care less about either party. And let's just face it, there's not going to be an independent that ever wins presidency. It's just not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. Because if memory serves me correct, like, Trump flirted with running independent that first time he ran, but decided against it and just went ahead and took this open, easy ass Republican nomination, because for real, he was rocking with the Democrats. Him and the Clintons was like that. And then, but that just shows you how gangster Trump is. Like, he was partners with the Clintons and then took a whole clip to Hillary. It was just unforgiving. I was like, wow, y'all was friends. You done donated to their foundation. Like, your name is somewhere in the Clinton Foundation as a donor. And you just emptied the clip on Hillary. Goodness gracious. Man, dude was a gangster for real. Last thing on politics. The thing that I'm enjoying is the dynamics that's going on now with Kamala and Trump. I am enjoying this. I ain't gonna front. I'm enjoying the what do I call it? The politainment. I'm enjoying the politainment. I'm enjoying the fact that Kamala is taking the stance of having been a prosecuting attorney, and that Trump is a whole criminal in office running for president. And there's nothing in the Constitution that says he can't do it. There is nothing in the Constitution that stops somebody that is a felon from running for president. Oh my God, this is crazy. Hey man, there is absolutely nothing in the Constitution that stops this man from president. He's a whole felon, you know. Now, here's my thing though. Like, how's a felon gonna be the commander in chief? Like, make that make sense. You know, like, you mean to tell me that fellas can't have a gun, but this fool gonna have the button? Get the fuck out of here. He got that's the biggest gun in the world. Like, he will have nuclear armed codes, but fellas can't have a gun legally. But he could just be like, 0, Bravo, Echo, Alpha, 629er. All right, let's push this button and blow up everything. What? He can do that, but my homie that got out, you can't have a gun? What? Come on, man. He live on 31st and Troops. He live on 31st and Prospect. He live on 31st and anything in Kansas City, Missouri. And he can't have a gun, but this fool can have the button? Come on, man. That's don't, you know. So, I'm just enjoying that. All right, moving on. What was that? Politics, religion. Oh boy. So, again, religion is one of those topics that, unless I prep everybody for it, like in my little thing, I'll put, hey, I'm about to talk about religion tonight. If you don't want to hear it, don't tap in. if you are sensitive about your religion, keeping in mind, I don't bash anybody's religion at all. Never. I got respect for everybody's religion. I just don't agree with it. So I don't necessarily care who you are or what God you say you believe in, right? I don't care what book you read. It doesn't make me a difference. I respect it all. And if you like it, I love it. But here's the thing. Like, I'm gonna give my notorious opinion about it all. And trust and believe, I've studied quite a few of them. Like, I studied religion at one point in time so extensively, I ran out of like formal religions to study. I started studying isms. It got to a point I started studying isms because I ran out of religions to study. I'd studied them all, and there are plenty of good, beautiful things in all of them. And then there's things I disagree with. That doesn't make it wrong because I disagree with it. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. So I tend to take the stance of Rock in Boys in the Hood, right? His son was a Muslim, and he was like, I believe in Jesus. My son is a Muslim. This is not an exact quote because I don't necessarily remember verbatim what the brother said, but he's like, I'm a Christian. My son is a Muslim. I don't care that my son is a Muslim. If being a Muslim makes him a better man than my Jesus does, then more power to him. And that's kind of the position I take. Like, if whatever your religious belief is makes you a better person, as long as your religious belief makes you a better person, rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I rock with you on what you believe in, and I don't bash. All I do is I say, hey, this is what I read. This don't make no sense. This is what I read. This don't make no sense. And I need somebody to make it make sense. Because this is how I'm interpreting it. I may be interpreting it incorrectly, but I need you to make this make sense. Do that for me, right? It's not a bash. It's education. I need to be educated, and that's all I'll be asking for. All right, where we at? Religion, sex. All right, sex. So the first thing that comes to y'all dirty little minds is intercourse. Beautiful thing. Not taking nothing away from it. But that's not the only kind of sex. You know what I'm saying? You got the sexes. You have male and female. You have all of the controversy now between the two. Betwixt the two. I like betwixt. There's a whole thing, you know what I'm saying, about sex now, about the sexes, and there's been a whole lot of new words. I don't know how new they are. They're new to me. I'm putting it to you like that. They're new to me. Like, when I was a kid, you had boy, girl, you had male, female. That was it. Finito. Fin. That's it. Right? And now there's more. That's all I know. Like, one day I woke up and it was and non-binary was a thing. I was like, oh wow, okay, cool. I'm a male, you dig? Always have been, always will be. And I'm cool with it. But going back to the other sex, beautiful thing, because let's keep it a buck. If it weren't for that sex, none of these other sexes would stand a chance. Like, there would be no pot to cook in, if it wasn't for this sex over here, that goes into that. So now we going back into unfiltered, we tapping into relationships, because Whether people want to admit it or not, sex is a huge part of relationships. There it is. I said it. That's my notorious opinion. You can take it or leave it, but it's a fact. Like, sexual chemistry is a big deal. Now, is it a kill switch if you are not completely sexually compatible? No, it's not. But it's like eating your eighth favorite candy. You know what I'm saying? When you seeing 1 through 7 all in front of you, you know what I'm saying? It's like eating your eighth favorite candy. So it's like, I like Twix, but I don't want to pull my Reese's out because I don't want to make Reese's feel like they sponsoring this episode, because they're not. You can Reese's. I'll let your boy. I'll let your boy. I'll pull a bag out every week. Trust and believe. Please believe it. I'll pull out, because I keep Reese's. You know what I'm saying? That's my favorite candy. I keep Reese's. So if Reese's ever decides, Reese's, come on. Come here. I'll let your boy. I got you. I'll make the commercial and everything. I'll shoot it myself, edit it, send it to you, and then promote that mug. Don't even trip. I got you. Sex. Okay. So, recap. Economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, number 9, and war. So everybody seems to believe that if Trump becomes president, that is going to kick off this whole race war again. We're going to have another January 6th. There's going to be, and you have what's left of the Proud Boys and all the rest of these racist organizations that are saying that if Trump does not become president, then they gonna kick off some stuff. Kick it off. And like, for some reason, racists believe that when Smith & Wesson made their gun, when Ruger made their weapon, that those were the last weapons that were made. It wasn't, and trust and believe. Black folk been waiting on y'all to get to tripping. Like, we still don't like slavery. We might ignore that shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like, in the back of our minds, we was like, try it. It's gonna be a different outcome. Like, we've been reading about Nat Turner for all this. Man, come on, please, man, get out of here. It's like, you gonna do what to who? And think what? Come on, man, stop it. Like, but watch what I tell you. If it ever goes down like that, and this is my notorious opinion, I don't care if you don't agree with it, but this is my notorious opinion. If it goes down like that on a major level, watch who everybody goes and runs to in the black community. The gangs. Watch. Because the gangs, they're going to run to the gangs. Watch what I tell you. Because that's how most gangs got started. Most gangs were not created to cause all this mayhem that's going on now, all this ridiculousness, all this foolishness that's going on now. That was not the original intent for the gangs. The gangs were the ones that protected the community. They did not destroy the community. Back in the day, there was no way that elderly women elderly people, women in general, kids would ever be in the middle of the foolishness. They would not be in the way of the shenanigans at all, right? They were immune. They were protected. Let someone mess with an elderly person back in the day when gangs were new. Black gangs, not gangs. Because if you think that the Crips, Bloods, GDs, Vice Lords, L Rookins, if you think that MS-13, if you think that any of these cultural gangs were created and they were the first ones, please watch Gangs of New York. Please watch it. Pay attention. You dig? Like, everything we learn from oppressors. Everything we learn from oppressors. Not everything we learn. I'm talking about over here in these states. We learn from oppressors. We learn how to gangbang from oppressors. Believe it. But if it ever goes down, the military will be the gangs. So that is war on the war front. Even if you Google war, like, Google won't even give you in its initial summary of what war is. It'll go into warfare, it'll go into war heroes, it'll go into all this different stuff about war, but it won't talk about the mental warfare. There's a lot of warfares. There's spiritual warfare, there's mental warfare, there's physical warfare, but it's more than just physical warfare. Like, I believe that the most detrimental warfare is the warfare that you have in your mind. The battles that you face mentally every day is worse than any bullet. It's worse than any bullet. You know, it's some people who got lost in the mental warfare and never came back. You know, never came back. I got partners like that. All right, so this is my time. I'm gonna end with war and the mental warfare that we all endure. I'm uncertain if next week is gonna be unfiltered or unscripted, but whatever it is, it's gonna be entertaining, and I hope you grow. Until next time, I appreciate everybody for tuning in, and tune in next week. Same notorious time, same notorious station. But until that time, peace.